So with the sumo stance, your stance is wide outside hip width to personal preference. Your grip is centered on the bar, hands in line with your shoulders. On the setup, think to pull your shoulders down to your hips, rock your weight back, drive your entire foot into the floor, big chest, keep that bar locked in, push the world away with your feet. Hips reach back, keep that bar locked in, full reset. Hips back, bar locked in. Now, if you are at home with no barbell, you can do a deadlift with a pair of dumbbells. Hips reach back, stand up strong. Nice neutral spine here. You can increase the reps depending on the weight of your dumbbells. So with the conventional deadlift, you're gonna stand with your feet about hip width apart. You can have a slight toe flare outward. You are starting with the bar above your midfoot. Your grip is right outside your legs. On the setup, think to rock your weight back, big chest, drive your knees out to your elbows, pull your shoulders down to your hips, push the world away with your feet so your hips and chest rise together. Full reset, set your lats, knees out. Hips back on that eccentric, big chest. Now, if you are at home with no barbell, you can do a conventional deadlift with your dumbbells. Hips reach back, bend at the knee, stand it up. Hips back. You can increase the reps depending on the weight of your dumbbells. So with the barbell reverse lunge, you'll place the barbell on your back. Keep that upper back nice and tight. Think to pull the bar down into your back, starting with your feet together. Big step back, focus on strong core and strong front foot, toes and heels, driving into the floor for stability. For full range of motion, you can think to gently tap that back knee to the floor. We're gonna work 10 reps on each leg. Now, if you are at home with no barbell, you can do a dumbbell reverse lunge. Big step back, gentle tap with that back knee, strong front leg. 12 plus reps depending on the weight of your dumbbells. So with the barbell hip thrust, you want to think to be fast off the floor, reach that full hip extension, strong lockouts, all reps. At the lockout, you want to think to have your ribs down or your ribs to your hips. Strong core, you can think to flex your core. We're going to work resets here where you come to that full dead stop, fast off the floor, squeeze, full lockout. We're gonna work sets of 10 here. So challenge yourself in that 10 rep range. Always aim for that full hip extension. Now, if you are at home with no barbell, you can do a banded, higher rep dumbbell hip thrust. Band above the knees, pushing the knees out against that band. Full hip extension at the top, squeeze your butt. You can increase the reps to 20 plus reps. The deficit straddle lift, I want your stance narrower, your feet just outside hip width, and your toes flared out. Choose a deficit height to where you can maintain that neutral spine, that flat back at the bottom of the lift. Remember that the weight always starts between midfoot. Set your lats, big chest, shove your knees out, pull the weight straight up. We're working a 3-second eccentric tempo here. Then you come to a full dead stop. 3, 2, 1. On that eccentric, think to reach back with the hips, shove the knees out, spine nice and neutral. We're gonna go sets of 10 reps here. Now, if you're at home with no kettlebell, you can do the same thing holding a dumbbell. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And again, we're going sets of 10. The cable kickback, you'll have your ankle cuff around that working leg ankle. We're gonna do the scoop method to where you start with that bottom knee bent and your working leg knee bent. Kick straight back. Hit that full hip extension at the top and a nice squeeze. Keep that core strong for minimal movement through that torso. We're focusing on that working glute. Now you can kick straight back and keep your hips square, or you can slightly externally rotate that back hip and turn that foot outward. Whichever way that you feel more glute, work it that way. You're gonna work sets of 15 reps here. Keep the tempo controlled, working that scooping method. In and scoop, straight out and squeeze. 15 reps on each leg. Now, if you are at home with no cable set up, you can do the same movement with a band. So we're still scooping. Just place your foot at the edge of that band, hit that squeeze at the top. You can go 15 plus reps on each leg. So with the cable lateral kickback, you have the ankle cuff on this back working foot. You're hinging forward a little bit, that foot reaches behind, and then it reaches out and back. You want your foot flexed and your toe facing down as you kick back and reach laterally. You should feel this top of the glute here. We're gonna go 15 reps on each leg. If you're at home with no cable, you can do the same movement with the band. You'll place the band around your ankle, start it behind your leg, drive it out. Same technique, flex that foot, flare the toe down towards the floor. We're working that upper outer glute here. 15 plus reps on each leg.